Shalom, Kahalal, La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles of GMS that rule well, and salutations unto you, brothers out there, faithful elect, hopeful elect, pushing the truth. All right, we're on another movement. I'm just walking here, so whatever the Lord permits me to bring out, I'll bring out. But something that I wanted to kind of point out is through the scripture. I'll just read it. This is a bad scripture, man. I wanted to read a little bit up, like verse 22, but that's something else. But I'm gonna read verse 24. This is Proverbs 11 and 24. It says, "There is that scattereth and yet increaseth." All right. And when you read this, when I first read it, it kind of confused me because you have to read it in a certain way. Because I was reading it like there is the scattered, and I didn't understand what that, how it was worded. It's Old English though, so you got to read it continuously, meaning there is the scattereth, meaning there's people, right? And I'm gonna we're gonna break down the scripture, but it says yet increases. So what that's basically going into is a brother that is courteous and charitable. All right, because there's one that scattereth, meaning he gives people handouts. What people say is handouts or alms in the scriptures, right? Or tais, which are two different things. But alms, man, alms is where it's at. You know what I mean? Like, certain brothers, they don't really even get a steady paycheck, so it's kind of hard to measure the alms, or it's like the tithe, because a tithe is a tenth of your what do you call it? Your earnings, right? You work. Let's say even cash job. I used to work cash job, right? Where I got paid $50 a day because I used to hand out flyers for 3 hours, and the guy would give me $50 back 4 years ago, when $50 you can actually you could eat that day. But a tenth of 50, which is 5, right? A tenth of 100 is what? 10. That's a tithe. Now an alm is on top of that, or something charitable. So meaning there is a scattereth and yet increaseth, and there is a withholdeth more than is meet, but it tendeth to poverty. And I love this scripture, man. This is a bad scripture because that is 100% accurate. And I've gone through that phase. I've seen brothers go through that phase more than more than you want to, because meaning what that second part of the verse means is the opposite of the first part, meaning the guy that keeps everything back. He never lends out his hand. He sees a brother in need or want, and guess what? He has that. And him giving it away, he still has his. Which that's just a handle. That's really, I don't even look at that as charity. Like that's something you should do. That's an obligation, man. That's why in the scriptures, in Deuteronomy and the law, the Torah, it tells you, man, if you see your brother, a poor begging man, you help him out. That's a courteous act of an Israelite. That should be a preset act of an Israelite. Now, really, for me, real alms, real charity is when you don't got anything, or you have your little piece and you see your brother suffering, and you give your little part, right? But when you give it, you have nothing. That's real charity, man. Like the woman, again, like in Matthew's, the woman that gave everything she had. I believe it was like a penny, or I forget the exact measurement. But then you had a rich man give his regular tithes and whatnot and his alms. But Yahushua said, guess what, man? That woman, she did the greater act. She did the greater act because she was the one that gave everything she had, and she was left with nothing. And that's an act of faith, man. Listen, when you helping your brother out, that's why do you think the parable of Lazarus and the rich man is so important? Them elites, man, they're gonna Yahushua is going to say, when you saw me poor or naked or thirsty, you didn't give me bread, water, or shelter. You know? And they're going to say, Lord, whence have we seen you? And Yahushua is going to say, from the least of my brethren. You know? Because we're part of that body, that temple. So it's dealing with the elect. We're on the earth. Right? So, and that's a spiritual saying in itself. And that prophecy right there is going to happen. We're going to see the Rothschilds make up excuses, say, all them fucking Rockefellers and all those piece of shit families that are really fucking beggars, they're going to fucking say that, oh, we didn't see you, we didn't see you, but Yahushua is going to say, listen, from the least of my brethren, basically, when if you haven't fed one of those men, or helped one of those men out, you're not helping me out, man. And because it all goes back to Yahushua, man, and ultimately, of course, Yahweh. That's why he says when you weaken in Corinthians, I forget first or second, but when you weaken a brother's mind or conscience, you sin against the anointed or Yahushua. It all goes back to Yahushua, man. He was ordained all power of heaven and earth. Tell me that ain't powerful, man. Again, the point being, and there is that will holdeth more than his meat, meaning you got more than you need. You understand? You have more than you need, but you don't give it. And you just keep it. And what happens is these fucking rots. It's like the farmer that keeps all the fucking food, and he was tilling, everyone else was fucking around. And then fucking, people come and ask him, they'll pay him and everything, and he'll say no. He won't even sell it to you. He'll just keep it, but what happens? It'll rot. It'll just go bad, man. It'll just spoil, which, that part, when it says, but it tendeth to poverty. You might have, hey man, it happened to me. Guess what, I'm not going to go in detail, but I've been through that situation where I was, saving money. I was I did a thing called a $5 bill challenge. Every time you get a $5 bill, you just put it away. The logic being behind it is most times when you spend $5, it's for bullshit, unless it's like gas or, some small, because if you're driving a bike, you can get a motorcycle, you can get $5 gas. But other than that, what are you going to buy? Some fucking gum or, some bullshit, so you just put it away. And I had like a couple hundred bucks, maybe $200-$300. I'm like, yeah, I was just going to keep on going, And I never usually do that. And then guess what? A situation came up where it had to be used for a brother, and I used it. I'm not going to go into detail, but that opportunity came. Now, guess what? If I held back, what if I held back and I just said, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to keep my money. I'm going to keep saving, maybe some other brothers can help him out. Those kind of situations, man, they will be presented to you in manifold kind of ways in this truth. And you got to be the one that, through the Spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, that, hey, you pray the Lord guides you on the right-hand path, on the right-hand, of righteousness, to give you that intuition. You understand? It said, the liberal soul shall be made fat, and he that watereth shall be watered also himself. Right? So meaning, again, what does that mean? You're liberal, right? So if you're liberal, you're giving away, then you're committing righteousness, and you're doing your duty of an Israelite. The fuck is that? Right? So the liberal soul shall be made fat. So it's just, and again, it's not a cakewalk. This truth is not a cakewalk, man. I hope I'm not ranting too much, but I'm just trying to bring it forth in a perception that you brothers can understand. Because this truth is alive in every part of your life, man. It's not just alive on Saturday or a high holy day. It's alive when you wake up and you're sleeping and you go to sleep. It's not even dead when you're sleeping. Because the Most High has instructed you for the next day, or the Most High can be giving you a dream. So this thing is alive, man. This thing is jumping. This thing is flowing water. It is not stagnant water, as Apostle Gabar time and time again tries to explain, or does explain, and you guys try to fucking understand, but you can't. The ones of you reprobates, which is the spirit that's not even with you. It says, and he that watereth shall be watered also himself. So my point is, look, man, you give out to a brother something, that's your obligation, man. Just remember that. And you have, especially, if you got $20 and someone needs a 10, you give it, man, because you got 10. Now the real charity, man, which I'm not saying always go broke, or if you got rent money, then you need to pay your rent, man. Okay, but even then, it's all up to the man. If a man wants to give his rent for a brother to really help him out, and the second thing you always got to know is who's a real brother, man. You might be giving money to a fucking piece of shit, man. And again, it all goes back to your spiritual judgment, which you pray for the Lord to bless you with, man, to increase it. So, yeah, again, I'm not saying fucking you have your car payments or whatever, man. Your mortgage, your rent, whatever, man. Insurance. Pay your fundamental things that you need to operate with, man. Because sometimes you tell Jake one thing and he takes it all the way to the left, and you got to bring it back to the middle, and then they take it all the way to the right. And what did King Solomon, Yahushua, say? He said, be not overly wicked, but be not over righteous. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? Because guess what? In both ultimatums, you do destroy yourself. Being too wicked, you're going to fuck up yourself. And being too righteous, there's no such thing, eh? You're just trying to be a fucking showboy, You're going to destroy yourself, man. And I don't have to explain how you're going to destroy yourself if you're overly wicked. Just like I don't have to explain myself how you're going to destroy yourself if you're overly slack, if you're overly wicked or you're overly righteous. It says, he that withholdeth corn, the people shall curse him. Again, the man that tills it and harvests it, and then you don't share it, people curse him, man. But blessing shall be upon the head of him that selleth it. He that diligently seeketh good procureth favor. It says, but he that seeketh mischief, it shall come unto him. And that's where Esau gets what? All that law of attraction and all these fucking things that he comes up with. This is all from the scriptures, man. This is all from the living waters, man. That's all we're reading right here, is living waters. Keep on flowing. It keeps moving. It is never momentary. All right, it is forever fluidity, man, and alive and electric. All right, it says he that trusteth, verse 28, he that trusteth in his riches shall fall, but the righteous shall flourish as a branch. You see that? So again, I'm telling you, don't use your rent, don't pay these fundamental things you need to live. But just know there will come times like this, and these are tests of what? Your faith. Are you really in this thing? Are you really understanding what you're reading? Because type in alms in the scriptures, or gifts or charity, especially in the Apocrypha, type in alms, and you'll get a lot of scriptures on alms, man. Like in the book of Tobit, especially, when Tobit told his son Tobias, they were from the tribe of Naphtali, I believe. All right, that that alms covereth up sin, man. Alms covereth up sin. Now it doesn't mean, I'm gonna commit wickedness and just cover it up with alms. Because guess what? I knew a guy, I knew a brother, and he was the most charitable man that I ever met. And guess what? The Most High still took him out of this thing. Doesn't mean he can't bring him back. But he's no longer with us, man. All right. And I'm gonna bring out this scripture. Like I said, I just typed in alms, but it's lucky. I keep stepping away from the point. The point I was saying is, don't spend your money on the rent. pay your fundamental bills. But again, know the situations where a time will come where you might be broke for helping another brother. That's my main point. That's the root of it when you get down to it. That's the root of charity, of alms, of brotherly love. You know, when you do that, you're really being charitable to Yahushua. Because who do you know who you're giving to? You know, and when I say know who you're giving to, we don't fully know who we're giving to, man. We don't know who's in this thing, crept unawares. That's what it says, unaware. Because no one's aware, right? No one's aware that you have a niggard in the midst of you. But you still give, you know. But again, you use your judgment, because you don't just give to anybody. A guy that just came in the truth, you know, a couple months ago, and you start giving him his rent money, and you know, because there's situations, man. You guys call GMS a wicked and the worst camp ever. We don't take a dime from nobody, man. We only take the money that people freely give us. All right, we used to have a thing the first year we were out, and we only did it because we saw the apostles do it, because we were young in the truth. They had a jug of or a thing of water, or an empty jar where you put the water, and people would just put money or coins in there. But we did that, and then the cops came, and then they said we can't do it anymore, because it's basically like we're hustling or whatever. So we said, hey, fuck it then. But you know what? So there come random times, man, and I've seen it, at least I can count on my fingers 10 times. Okay, I can literally say I've seen it 10 times where people have come up and they've given us money. I'm not talking about $5, $10, $20, man. I've seen people give us $50. I've seen people give us $100. I've seen people give us $200. Just out of their spirit, man. All right, so we're not out here to get money. We're not out here to take anyone's money. But you guys, you assholes out there, you're speaking before you're thinking and researching. That's why it says that before thou, I can't quote it right now. It's in the Apocrypha, in the book of Ecclesiastes, but it says, you know, in a matter that you don't know, or before you speak, learn. You know, something to that effect. And it's 100% true. How are you gonna open your mouth about a matter you know nothing about? You know, so we can go here. This thing keeps popping up. I'm just gonna read a couple scriptures. All right, but this is just a pressing topic, because we're in the time of, we're in the time of the world getting cold, and the brotherhood has to be hot, man, because it tells you that people shall hate one another, nation shall be against nation, family against family, strife, commotions. And you're seeing that, man. You're seeing, right? What are the common themes, or the memes, or the powerful quotes, or the rap lyrics? Oh, don't trust nobody. You know, you can't trust anybody. You know, that's like a fact nowadays, even your family. So as that, you know, the world is getting colder, but the brotherhood got to get stronger, man. They got to get hotter and help each other out, because that light on the outside is dimming, man. We got to have that light on the inside. Verse Sirach 30 or 3 and 30. It says, water will quench a flaming fire, and alms maketh an atonement for sins. You know, just help a brother out, man. There's times, man, where because it tells you in Tobit, know to whom thou doest well. It says to a sinner do no good. It tells it in the book of Tobit. Okay, so a random Jake on the street, you know. But guess what? Even then, there's still been times where the Spirit just made us give money. You know, because in Toronto, it's mostly Benjamites and Gadites that are begging on the street for the money. So guess what? They, you know, sometimes we give him $5, you know, just out of whatever, man, just you know. But sometimes we read the Spirit and we say no. All right? Because guess what? If every brother doesn't deserve that, then how about the other people, man, that are outside the house of the Most High? For you guys that are saying, oh, we need to help everybody. You guys are jackasses, man. There's people that the Most High jacks up for a reason and fucks them up and puts them in the... Doesn't it say the Lord, I bring to poverty and to riches? You know, the Most High brings poverty upon you. And there's different reasons why he brings poverty upon you. All right, he can bring poverty upon the men of the Most High for strengthening or to destroy someone. That's how bad the Most High is. He's the director. He's the architect. Okay? It says, and he that requiteth good turns is mindful of that which may come hereafter. And when he falleth, he shall find a stay, because we all fall. All right? Summer isn't forever, man. There's winter. The winter's coming. And we all fall. And when you fall, the Most High will catch you if he deems fit to do so. Sirach 7 and 10 says, be not faint-hearted when thou makest thy prayer, and neglect not to give alms. Again, meaning, it's like you see a brother, he's going through something. And he doesn't have to say anything to you, but you can tell, you can look at him, man. You know, you're with him, usually he's doing things that he's not. He's not doing things that he does. You know, or everyone's eating and he's not eating. You ask, hey brother, you ate today? You know, are you hungry? You know, and there's different kinds of brothers that'll react different kinds of ways. The brother might say no, and you know that brother's hard-headed, man. You know, you can look at him and he'll tell you no. You just pull out something and just give it under the table, man. Don't make it fucking known. Like, oh, roll out the red carpet. Where are my photographers? Where's all this shit? And then you try to have everyone see it, you know? Like, here's that golden $10 bill. Waiting for the special effects, like, you know? Just give it to them under the table, man. This is just advice, man. You can do, hey, like the, what do you call it? The Hodge twins, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. Okay? Those are two Jakes, man. You can check out the Hodge twins. But, hey, man, this is just advice, man. But, again, this is coming from the scriptures. This is not my advice. I'm just showing you throughout, you know, because you got to put the scriptures into practice. You have the theory and you put it into practice. Okay? Yeah, I can read verse 11 as well. Laugh no man to scorn in the bitterness of his soul. Right? The man's going through hell and just laughing at his hell. You know? For there is one which humbleth and exalteth. You see that? And guess what? If you know you're proud, man, if you know you're proud, that's okay. That's okay. You're acknowledging. You're taking the first step. What you do is you tell the Most High, listen, or Slakia, not listen, but, you know, Babakushe, and entreat him. You know, supplicate unto him if you have to fast. But pray unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and say, Babakushe Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You know, humble me, you know. I'm a proud man. Just, you know, there's all kinds of prayers in Psalms, in the Apocrypha about humbleness and pride. Okay, just say those prayers. All right, so again, I hope you brothers edified. I hope I didn't rant too much. I want to say, Ka'Allah Allah Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles of GMS who taught me the truth and continue to. And salutations unto you brothers out there pushing the truth of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Until next time, I say shalom.